Hey guys, John here, and welcome back to John's RC. And today I have the E-Flight Apprentice Sts Smart, and people always ask me, what do you recommend as my first plane? And there's always the same two answers: either the Hobby Zone Aero Scout or this Apprentice. Now, I've messed with Apprentices for a very long time now. It's actually the official club trainer, the older red one that didn't have the smart technology in it, but nonetheless still an amazing airframe that could teach someone that doesn't know anything about RC planes how to fly. And this thing, just slightly upgraded, has smart technology, so you have onboard telemetry and all of that. And yeah, so it comes as either a ready to fly or binding to fly setup. We have the binding to fly setup, and we are using the Spectrum IX14 to power up the plane. You also have to supply yourself with your own battery and battery charger. The recommended battery is a 3-cell 3200 mAh battery pack. Now, the only little thing that I don't like about this plane is it has a bottom battery hatch, and I just don't like these because it just takes a while to get your batteries in and out. It's odd that this is a new plane and it's still on the bottom, but you know, it works, so just getting that in. So yeah, you do have a pretty good size wingspan with this thing. It's 1.5 meters, so you have a 1500 millimeter wingspan, you have a length of 1080 millimeters, and with the recommended 3-cell 3200 mAh battery pack, you have a flying weight of around 1380 grams. So yeah, the main thing with this plane is it has Safe Select on it. So you can see here right now I have my Safe enabled, and it has this sort of mixture between your ailerons. So you can see I'm just moving my ailerons left and right, but you can also see that the elevator and rudder are also working in coordination. So I can switch that off, I can toggle it out, and then I have full control over the model. So yeah, let's go and give it a flight. I'm just going to be taking off with Safe enabled. And then let's go. Apprentice is in the air with Safe Select enabled. Now, typically what I tell the new guys is you definitely don't want to stay in safe your whole flight. Maybe I would say maybe the first 5 flights you could have Safe on, and then, you know, just messing around with the controls, testing everything out. Because obviously if you're a beginner with no simulator or anything, it would be difficult to figure out the controls on the ground. So just mess around with how it feels with Safe enabled, and then after your first couple flights, I would definitely take Safe off, because it does create a lot of bad habits if you fly with it for too long. Like, if you really want to get serious into this hobby, you definitely need to learn how to fly off of Safe, because it's really just a crutch. I do like it as like a panic button. Like if you're in a sketchy situation, flip Safe on and you're good. But definitely not the whole flight, because you can see how Safe works is in turns. You can just hold the stick in one position. Like, I can literally just hold the aileron and it will make a turn for me. But that's definitely not how it works without Safe. If you take Safe off, you'll just go into a roll, right? So it is nice as a panic button and just to mess around with it, get the feel of your airplane. but definitely not for anything else. So, that being said, let me flip this plane out of safe. And you can see now, I have full control over the model. Aileron servos are a bit loud. But what I really do love about the Apprentice is that it grows with you. Because it can even handle some, you know, light aerobatics like a roll if we wanted to. We can go into a loop. So you can do your basic maneuvers. You can even handle inverted. So it really grows with you. You know, those three maneuvers are the base of what other stuff you're gonna learn. So it really is just a lovely airplane. One of the downsides to something like this is, unlike the Aero Scout, it's not a pusher airplane. So if you crash this thing, the motor shaft is probably going in, your prop's probably gonna break. Unlike the Aero Scout, where your nose will probably get nicked up enough to glue it back, but there's not much you have to worry about. But this is also great because I forgot to mention this in my intro, but the plane has this ground assist, or I'm not sure the actual name. It's like a landing assist function. And basically what it does is there's a little sensor. I'll show you at the end of the video. I'll show you at the bottom. At the bottom of the fuselage is a sensor, and when it detects you're too low to the ground, it'll shoot it up for you. And this is with your safe select enabled. And like I said, I like this as an emergency thing, but definitely not your whole RC flying career. Another great thing about these trainers is you're putting a really, really huge battery into them. I mean, it's a 3-cell 3200 going onto this thing, so with the way I'm flying, you could probably get around 7 minutes. If you're flying in just like a straight line and do your turns eventually, you'll probably get around 15 minutes of flight time, 10-15 minutes. So it really is great. Definitely not if you're flying at like full throttle and the lake, but right now I'm cruising at 50% throttle and it's very happy. Let's go inverted again. do maybe one more turn and then I'll start landing this puppy. Because, you know, it is capable of flying for 15 minutes, but definitely don't want to fly it for 15 minutes on video. So I just get a little nice landing on it. Bit of a bouncer. Alright, so that was my flight on the E-flite Apprentice STS, and it's really just an amazing airplane for what it is. It really teaches you a lot of things, and even without your safe, this thing is such an incredible airframe that it'll just really fly itself. Two things I forgot to mention in my intro, which is probably kind of important. First, the thing I mentioned in my flight, this is the little landing sensor, and you can see really just what it does is detect the ground, and if it detects you're too low, it'll shoot the plane up on safe mode. And the other thing is the GPS, also very important. So the GPS on this thing, it can do a lot. It can do like your virtual box, whatever you call it, where it'll only fly within a certain given parameter, and if you go past that, it'll probably just turnkey back to you. So the problem with this GPS module is that at this field, it doesn't work because we're very close to other places, and it just doesn't, it refuses to work. It'll just go into this endless cycle of trying to search for the satellites. Anywhere else it works, but at this field it does not work properly. So I'm just flying without the GPS module as it is right now, and it still flies perfectly fine. Mainly you would use this if you're like a super new beginner. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this flight video. So thanks for tuning in to John's RC, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys, see you in the next one.